Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Should I be picking up my daughter from school and going grocery shopping? Yes. Am I here instead answering your questions? I am. So as a result, you should definitely like this video and subscribe because I'm always here for you. You know what I mean? So let's dive in. Lena, she says, hi Danny and Ashley. Ashley's not here. You're gonna have to be happy with me. I've been listening to your podcast for a long time now and heard that there is a Q&A coming up again. You know it. I've lost my period for several years because of bulimia and overtraining. I am better since 5 years, but had a year of no training in between. I also had a year of no training in between, but there was never a period. At the beginning of this year, I stopped exercising again and increased my food intake and really gained weight for the first time. I was not underweight before, but I was very lean. Probably were underweight. I ovulated a few days later and got my period. My cycle is very long since then, 77, 80, and 50 days. She's right, that is long. I started to train a little bit after the first cycle, but did not lose weight again. I thought it was okay because the last cycle was only 50 days and it would get better, but now I'm still waiting for my ovulation and I'm already on cycle day 47. I stopped training again 3 to 5 weeks ago, but still nothing. Do you know what to do? My doctor thought that I have PCOS, but my hormones regulated back after getting my period. Thank you for the help, even if you can't answer it. You've already helped me so much with your podcast. Well, thank you for being a listener. Look, I get here then that you have the history, Lena, that goes with having the HAs. Could you have PCOS? Sure, I'd need to see the blood work, so I'm going to ignore that. Probably don't, based on the fact that you just are an HAR, you know what I mean? We're part of the crew. So you stopped training 3.5 weeks ago, which tells me you were training at the time of the long cycles. So you're probably underfueling for your training and feeling confused, right? Because I increased my eating prior and I got my period back. Why is that not enough now? But things change, things in life change. And maybe at the time when you got your cycle back, you weren't exercising and now you are, but you didn't actually eat more. I think that we try to move from intentional eating to intuitive eating, and we feel a little bummed when intuitive eating doesn't always work because we would really like to be able to not eat quite as much as we have had to in the past. But I think the truth is, and I can tell you this from my own personal experience, we got to be on top of that. Women need to be on top of that. Let's stop normalizing girl dinner and start really eating some serious goodness. I think that's going to be the case for you, Lena. Permission to eat, please do so. You need it. Your body is telling you it does. And your cycles are not going to get closer together until you sort that out. So that's your homework. Okay. Johanna asks, hi Danny, can you talk about how to meet caloric requirements for recovery when suffering from irritable bowel? It is very difficult for me to eat because intestinal inflammation is very serious in me. Okay, this is a tough one because this situation is common but unique to each individual. So we've had a number of clients work with us who have types of colitis and serious issues with digestive problems, typically in their history. Most of the time they have it under control with some kind of medication, or they've just gotten a certain way before they meet with us, and we are usually always able to, I can't think of a time where we haven't been able to work with it. It might be slower, there might be fear involved, there might be having to titrate food up, back off, bring it up again. We'll have people with colitis who, sometimes with digestive issues that can be serious, it's starting to get complex and messy because the reason your period is missing is often connected to your body's inability to process its digestion accurately. The two go hand in hand. The two are besties for a lot of people. So oftentimes you're going to have to allow a certain level of discomfort, sit there, process, let it get better, push through, push through until it's better, and then challenge yourself with more food again. This is where working with a coach is going to be really valuable to you, because it's going to bring you confidence, guidance, when to push, when to pull back, when to wait, because you need to eat more food, right? So if you've gotten yourself to a situation where your lack of eating has caused such severe digestive issues, we're gonna need to reverse out of that the way we got into it. And that sometimes just means going slower, having things in place, tools, medications, supplementation to help make that easier. There's holistic ways to do it. There's medical ways to do it, depending on your severity. And for many of our clients have come in being like, I have this issue. It has been extreme for me. I am afraid. And we've been like, okay, cool. We're going to monitor it. We're going to keep it good. We give them recommendations for nutrition. And they almost never come back with like a digestive issue. Like the symptoms don't flare up. You know what I mean? We take it into account. We're not asking them to eat metric tons of stuff that is difficult for them to digest. Typically, someone with digestive issues who's going through recovery, eating enough food is maybe not even a starting point. It might be like increasing variety or something like that. So I think with digestive issues, it's probably not the answer you want to hear, that the way out is going to have to be eating and navigating the bodily discomfort that comes with it. But that's almost always going to be the case. And what you will find is that if you do it right and you take it slow, and maybe you even get guidance from someone like us, your symptoms are going to be not so bad. You're going to have more confidence to go into it, less fear, and you'll be able to actually follow through. So I recommend that if you can. Okie dokie. I have so many of those like spam messages now that it's sometimes hard to find the questions that I reserved for us. And I also never know how to navigate the YouTube app. I always need to go over to the desktop. So please hold. I have to like bring it up on my screen. I keep notes of where I'm keeping everyone. Okay. Antonella says, I'm gaining weight. I don't have my glasses on. I'm gaining weight, but here we go. I'm gaining weight, but low increase intake of calories, 2,200 a day, because I'm not hungry. And I still exercise every day. She mentions her BMI, it's kind of low. Has hypothalamic amenorrhea for years. And I'm scared. Okay. That's not a super low, like you're gaining weight on 2,200 calories because your body needs to. It's like the surplus that you need to be in to get healthy. Here's the thing, you know what? We get this semi-regularly too. No, not really, but just like it comes up, you know, every now and then. Hey, I'm eating a normal amount of food and I'm gaining tons of weight, so I don't trust the process and I'm quit. I think we had someone leave the program this week, because that's why it's on my mind, because they had been very low body weight at one point, and they've had to gain up to a normal body weight. I will say it's pretty much my body weight that they've had to get up to, and they're just like, nope, quit. Like, just nope, don't want to increase food further, not willing to gain weight further. And that's a tricky situation because I get it that it's really uncomfortable to gain weight when you've been so low. Like the perspective that you're coming from is like huge. You know, when someone's like, I've gained 30 pounds, I've gained 40 pounds, but it's like, yeah, but you were 110 pounds. You were 100 pounds. Of course you gained that much. It's going to be uncomfortable for you because you let yourself get so low. And that is really, really hard to do. So people get to a higher body weight and they just think, this is some BS, I'm out of here. And she's like, I think I'm now starting the process and I'm just gonna go to HRT. And I was like, look, okay, that's you. The reality here is you were very small, now you're a normal body weight. That's uncomfortable. It makes you feel like you're morbidly obese, but it's not reality. So this person who is now eating 2,200 calories and gaining weight, I'll bet you money, cash money, that her current body weight is perfectly normal and appropriate for her height. I have seen people, of course, overshoot, and there are going to be some of you listening who are like, no, Danny, like, you know, I've gone from 110 pounds or 120 pounds to like 200, and I'm telling you right now that I'm not just, you know, like that I'm feeling on the heavier side of things. I get that. It's less common, but either way, regardless of your situation, if that's what the body needed to do, it doesn't care about your beliefs about how society should see bodies. It does not care that like other girls are walking around at your height at a different weight. It doesn't care that you're seen by the medical system and other people as obese. You're not, but it doesn't care, you know? So we have to start getting really a bit more comfortable with like not being in control of exactly what your body needs to do to heal. Your body is not malfunctioning or doing it wrong just because it's gaining more weight than you are comfortable with. So right now, if that's something that you're feeling, first of all, you know, are you being realistic? As in, have you actually just come up from like so low that of course you feel like this is an unnecessary and wild amount of weight? Have you been in such a deficit? Have you taken your body through so much that of course it has to do something wild in order to heal? Is that actually reality? Probably. So if you are struggling with like, and I'm telling you, I get it. I totally get it. It is hard. If you are struggling with this, you probably shouldn't be doing it alone. It is hard work. It is hard work to allow your body to change. You should not quit. You should not panic, but you should also, and you should just like not be moving backwards out of fear. Don't like relinquish control, hate the result, and then reaffirm control, because you're just going to stay stuck and feel worse and then think that it was like that you're the unicorn that can't heal. It was because right when things got good, when things got juicy, when you really let yourself get to a certain weight that you need to be at, you pulled back out of fear. That was the problem. It was not your body. You shouldn't be doing it alone. At an absolute minimum, please just join the HA Society and show up to the calls. Listen to the call replays if that's like a more comfortable thing for you, but absolutely show up to the calls and get support that way at a minimum. If you really want to make this happen and you're like, no, I need someone to call me out on my crap and help me work through this and actually make progress forward, I think consider coaching. The hasociety.com/coaching, or we have the Restore program that is opening next month in November, late November, opens for enrollment. So maybe go to that too, the hasociety.com/restore-live. It will all be in the notes below, hopefully, or just go to our website. There's links to all that on the website. I have it very organized. There's tons of ways for you to get support. This is not easy. I am not telling you you should just be able to suck it up, buttercup. Eat more, let yourself gain weight, and be happy. I'm just trying to tell you that it's normal, it's safe, you are not crazy, you are not broken, but you might need someone to be there to tell you that to your face. Lay out the facts with you, track progress with you. That's what we do. That's just probably a good idea, and I get it. I think that's just on my heart today because this week that happened, you know, with that client, and it's always such a bummer when they don't give it a chance. You know, we always recommend 3 to 4 months, and if you try it for 1 month, freak out and pull out after 1 month, like that's not going to be enough to truly see the result that you need to see. You know, it's just not enough. Like, I mean, we have people who recover after a month, but like, we don't always get a perfect cycle every single month. That's less common. You need to give it the time, you need to trust in it, and when you get to that level of discomfort, you must sit there because that is where the juicy stuff is going to happen. Hope this was helpful, guys. I'll see you guys next week. If you have a question for the show, please submit it. Either danny@thehasociety.com is my email address, or go to thehasociety.com on Instagram, or Danny Sheriff on Instagram, or of course comment below on one of the videos. I save them. I pull one from each place every video, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.